Where things stand with Caitlin Clark as Fever cling to playoff spot with 3 games left in regular season. Injuries have decimated the Fever this season, and it's unclear if they'd be willing to bring Clark back to lead a shorthanded squad in the playoffs. A legion of fans are tapping back into the WNBA as the postseason nears, and they have one pressing question. Where in the world is Caitlin Clark? The simple answer is not on the court for the Indiana Fever. Clark missed her 28th game of the season on Tuesday in an 85-79 loss to the Phoenix Mercury at the end of their West Coast trip. The complicated answer is whether that will continue, or if the superstar point guard can return for the regular season and a potential playoff push. Time is running out, with 3 games left in a 5-day span and the postseason being no guarantee. Clark's absence and a litany of other injuries corroded the Fever's championship aspirations, and Tuesday's loss dropped their standing to 8th. They're clinging to the final playoff seed by 1 game over Los Angeles. Outside of occasional and minimal updates from head coach Stephanie White, there isn't much information around Clark's injury or rehab, or even when Clark is targeting a return, if at all. The Fever said at the onset there would be no timeline. That's potentially by design, but also a byproduct of the nature of the injury. Clark hasn't played since July 15th, when she sustained a right groin injury days before the Fever hosted All-Star Weekend. Hall of Famer Lisa Leslie played through a groin injury in 2006 that she said required heavy taping around her thigh and glute. It was easy to re-aggravate. That deep groin injury is nothing to play around with, Leslie said on CBS Sports Network's We Can Talk last month. It can feel like you've never had it. You make one move, one cut, boom. She's back in the same spot. I don't know that it's worth risking it. Clark missed time earlier in the season due to multiple soft tissue injuries to her left quad and left groin. In late August, reports surfaced that she also sustained a mild bone bruise in her left ankle on August 7th. It's unclear how that impacted her quad rehab, if at all. Players on the status/availability report are not required to speak with reporters. The Fever and White have maintained that Clark, who has traveled on every road trip, would receive all the time she needed to properly recover. After Clark joined the reserves in a 5-on-0 drill at shoot-around on Tuesday, White told local reporters again it was the hope that Clark would return in the regular season while adding the long-standing caveat. She's working as hard as she can to make sure that she is coming back, or is capable of coming back, White said. Again, I think the long-term viewpoint of her health and wellness is the most important thing. White said last week it would take multiple practices for Clark to be ready for gameplay. Those don't have to be team practices, which are rare to come by at this time of the season, she said. The key is to see their Rookie of the Year able to handle contact the full 94 feet, as has been the constant in her budding professional career, and sustained from an endurance standpoint. They want to see how she plays through fatigue, White said. With every day that passes, it becomes less realistic that Clark plays another game in 2025. The WNBA regular season ends September 11th, and the postseason tips off September 14th. The Fever finished the campaign by playing every other day beginning Friday when they host Chicago, 9-30. Indiana faces Washington, 16-25 on the road Sunday, and concludes at home against number 1 seed Minnesota, 32-8 on Tuesday. The finale could be a first-round playoff preview if the Fever hold at number 8.